All right. Hopefully that is good. If not, I'll just cut it out. This is officially day 3 of the video series, tracking my growth and stuff like that. Yeah. So, yesterday I had slightly touched on what I was gonna cover today, and for day 3, I want to talk about the 3 domains, is what I call them. You have your mental, your brain, your head, your spiritual. That's you. That's what gives you drive. That's what makes you you. And your emotional. I feel like in order to grow, you must try to conquer these domains, I'll call them, so you can really identify maybe the emotions, or whether you're having a hard time making decisions, conquer your head, and spiritually, I think that's probably the most important one, to me at least, is being more in touch with you and yourself, figuring out what you want to be, what you want to do, how you want to achieve stuff. So yeah, I'll cover each one of those, starting with the mental. The first domain, your head. Think of it kind of like a pyramid. At the top of the pyramid, you've got your head. Then in the middle section, you've got your spiritual. At the bottom is the emotional. Those aren't ranked on importance. I think they're all very important, but I do have more importance in some than others. But yeah, let's just get started. So really what I mean when I say conquering these domains is, being able to control them. So for mental, whether you're having a hard time making decisions, you don't know what to do, you don't know where to go, what's the right thing, what's the wrong thing. Everyone has intuition and that gut feeling. I think we have those for a reason. I've noticed, at least in myself, the more I listen to my intuition and trust that gut feeling, it's 9 times out of 10 right. It can be wrong. It can be, but everyone makes mistakes and everyone will make the wrong decision at some point. But I believe if you're going at it and you are just wanting the best and you are, confident in that ability, then, your mental really does the work on its own, because a lot of it is just subconscious activity, right? We're not constantly thinking of, oh, today when I wake up, I'm going to take a shower or go to the gym, It kind of becomes secondhand nature for people. But for me right now, I'm still trying to get that back into motion and routine. So for mental, I want to build that routine and not have to constantly keep reminding myself to stick with it. And I'm hoping the longer I'm with it, the easier it'll be to just get done, I won't have to, remind myself. It'll just be secondhand nature. So really just trust your brain. Your brain knows best. We only have a certain percentage of the brain unlocked. There's some statistic or whatever if you want to read about it, but your brain's your best tool, because that'll guide you, that's very important, and to me it's very important, because I do say I'm confident, but sometimes I lack confidence in certain things. So I really just want to try to build that back for mental. Moving down to spiritually. When I say spiritually, I'm not trying to get religious. If you view spirits and, your spirit in a religious way, go for it. That's okay. That's you. I'm not here to judge or hate. Me personally, I'm not the most religious person, I will say, but I do believe we all have that spirit in us, because there's something that is beyond us that makes us do what we do, why we act the way we act. And I believe that's our spirit. That's where we get our drive, our determination, our will, the ability to grow. That's really just getting more in touch with you. And that's really important for me, is rediscovering myself and trying to find who I am again, what I want, who I want to be, where I want to be. And yeah, I've been putting a lot of focus to that, because it's really important to me. If I'm not 100 myself, how can I be 100 for someone else? So I think before anyone gets into maybe a relationship or tries to start a new friendship, tries to do something new, make sure that you're confident in yourself, and trust yourself. Your spirit will guide you, your mind will guide you. Your spirit is the one that's going to keep it going. The mind builds the path, the spirit's the one that takes the path. And I believe the spirit is just very important to conquer, because a lot of great people, a lot of successful people will spend a lot of time just working on themselves, building themselves, really touching everywhere they can get, as far as themselves. And then kind of moving down towards emotional. Emotional is probably my second most important thing, because I've made mistakes, and I have regrets due to emotional factors. And honestly, it's because I had that dumb image that I'm a dude and I shouldn't show emotions. I shouldn't really show that, because I viewed it as a weakness. I viewed it as something that people could use against me and just tear me down with. But I've realized that this is this complete opposite. I think strength is being able to cry, and not fearing what people are going to do when they see you cry. That's strength. That's bravery. That's strength. That's courage. And I have some of the highest respect for people that are able to just show those emotions, and being able to be vulnerable in front of people. Yeah, absolutely, it's scary. 100%, I've been there. It's very scary. But trust the people around you, right? I trust that if I go to my friends and I'm having a rough day, and if I need to cry, they'll be there for me. I trust my support system. You shouldn't be scared to let stuff out. You should be comfortable with letting your feelings pour out. You should be more comfortable with yourself and your emotions. And it's also really important to learn each emotion, and how to identify it and how to manage it. So one of my big things is, like I said, my anger. I don't want to say I have anger issues, because I could say that in the past I definitely had anger issues. I would hit things, hit the wall. This one time I was really just having a bad day. Things were just not looking good. And I had this kind of like beige, crappy metal filing cabinet thing. I don't even remember why I had it. But yeah, it was a rough day, and I completely just poured out all my anger onto this filing cabinet, because the metal was so thin that you could just press into it and it's bending. So I destroyed it, and I regret it, because I ended up hurting my hand. And after the fact, I realized that that's not strength. I feel like in times that I wanted to hit things, I wanted to show that I was strong, but that's not strength. That's more of just lashing out, and that's not good. Think about how other people see that. People can see it as a red flag. It's not good. So I've definitely gotten a lot better with that. I don't hit things anymore. I just take my time, and I breathe, reassess it, if I messed up, I accept that I messed up and I keep going forward. Because that's the really only thing you can do if you want to grow, is just keep going forward no matter what. You know, defy the adversity and all the odds. Just keep going forward. You know, it's not worth it to be stuck in one spot and, you know, be sad. It's just going to tear you down, you know, absolutely take away all motivation. So I believe that conquering these 3 domains is part of the process of growing and reaching your true potential and your true self. So yeah, that's pretty much it for that topic. Tomorrow for day 4, I kind of really want to show you guys what I'm wanting for my future. Probably write some stuff down and, you know, give more of a feel of where I want to be, so it can be easier to build a path to get there. So yeah, to quickly summarize it, you know, you have your mental, your spiritual, and your emotional. The mental is the decision making, building that path, having that path. Your spiritual, that's what's going to keep you going on that path. That's what's going to drive you to just keep taking that step forward. And then your emotional is going to help you in the times where you want to stop going forward on this path. It's going to tell you no, you know, keep going, don't stop. You know, the emotional and the spiritual are very close together, but they are different in the sense that when you have that drive and determination, you have a feeling of kind of pride and strength and bravery and courage that you will keep going. So that's why I kind of see them as being pretty similar. But yeah, conquering these things are going to help you so much, and it's only going to further your success. So, you know, keeping these things at mind, really always trying to go forward. Yeah, as long as you're taking these baby steps and, you know, doing it one step at a time, it'll work and you'll defy the odds. So yeah, that's pretty much it for today. Tomorrow I'm gonna get a little bit deeper, a little bit more explanation and stuff. So yeah, I appreciate all the support. This for anybody really, you know, not just for me, but if you're in the same boat, man, it's gonna be all right. I promise. It really is. You gotta keep that strength to keep going forward. Know it's okay to cry, you know. Know it's gonna be all right in the end, you know. Times can suck right now. You can be at the lowest, but, you know, that gives you only more reason to keep going, because you can't sit at rock bottom. You can't. It's just gonna kill you, man. So keep going forward. I believe in you, and I believe things will get better, and I'm hopeful, and I hope you all are too. So yeah, thank you and goodbye.